everybody, it's Mike, the Baldadonis. Today is Thursday, which means it's
Conspiracy Theories Thursday.
with Gary from the gym.
So today I'm going to do a conspiracy of secret society. Have you ever heard of swamp? Seems to be like the word swamp is used a lot in the mass media, talking about the underlings. No, you never heard of swamp?
No.
Yeah, well, apparently, you know, we have a Constitution, United States Constitution. We have a Congress, elected Congress, elected president, and then we have these unelected people whom they call the swamp because they seem to control our government. So today I want to talk about one of those secret societies, and that would be the Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. Now, Skull and Bones came to me way back in, say, 2004. I used to watch Meet the Press on Sunday nights with Tim Russett. And I happened to be watching the different shows where John Kerry was running for president against George Bush. And Tim Russett asked Kerry about the Skull and Bones Society that he belonged to, and Kerry denied it and didn't know what he was talking about. And Tim Russett had talked to Bush in an interview. This is press all over TV on Sunday morning. President Bush, what's with the Skull and Bones? You're part of that society, and he denied it. And it's a secret. I don't know anything about that. So, believe it or not, a week or two later, Tim Russett's dead. I went to go see his show on a Sunday morning, and they advertised the fact that he had died that night before with a heart attack. So I just thought it was odd. Yeah,
That is odd.
It just came to me, the reason why I brought up Kerry and Bush in the election of 2004. When I mentioned the Hegelian dialect, it's a process that creates conflict. And what I forgot to mention, or what I wanted to bring about, is that you had the Bonesmen on both sides of you had the Democrat side and the Republican side. So the Bones people are on both sides of the political aisle. So they're infiltrated both political parties. So I just wanted to bring that up. That's the reason why I wanted to bring up the Bush Kerry incident, is that they're not one side, but actually both sides. So, you know, people don't like this side, they'll go to that side, but the Bonesmen are there. So that's how they can keep control on things. Oh, the Skull and Bones, I've known about that for a long period of time. It's a secret order. All the members deny, or if they're asked a question, they're to walk out the door or walk out of the room not answering a question. It's a very secret society. So what I'm getting at is that Skull and Bones was started back in 1833. So if you subtract 2019 from 1833, you're going to get 186 years that Skull and Bones has been in this country, on this land, doing their agendas, and it seems to be contrary to what the American people's agenda should be.
So you have Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
You have the Freemasons.
Well, we're gonna just do.
But this is
two different animals.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, this is one of the most secret ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So all its members you don't know anything about. They don't talk about it. They're not allowed to. This is. They're all initiated on the campus of Yale University. Like I said, started back in 1833. Every year there's 15 new candidates that are initiated. They're usually the seniors of the class, initiated in they call the temple. And then, let's see, there's like 500 that are living now. There's about 100 that are active right now. And what it is they're involved with international policies. There was 3 in this country so far that have been elected presidents. You had State Department people like John Kerry. They're judges. They've been judges. They're senators. So they're intertwined within the government. They're wealthy bank owners, corporation owners. So they can set policies, Federal Reserve. So they're like in the web or the weaved in the society of our government to do what their agenda may be. And their agenda is basically, like President Bush Sr. had said, the New World Order. So they're trying to get a world that's united under one leadership. Okay, they're involved with the UN, Trilateral Commission, the CFR. That's the CFR. That'll come to me in a second, and other international foreign relations committee. So this is how they get their power. This group has to protect its wealth. This is why they're fighting against the new administration that was elected in 2016. Is because they can be losing that wealth or that power or that idea of New World Order. I'm talking about President Trump, who's considered to be a nationalist. But anyway, so these groups, the swamp creatures, as it's known, is trying to keep their power. You know what I'm trying to say? So anyway, the Skull and Bones use a Hungarian dialect, and that would be a thesis played against an antithesis, which creates a synthesis. In other words, it's a history. For history to make progress, you have to have conflict. Yeah. And you can look at the key people who create the conflict. Yes, we had the Russian Revolution, the Bolshevik Revolution. You had World War II. The Bonesmen seem to be involved with those by arming both sides and creating what it is to create conflict. You get wealth. You get a whole new idea, a whole new world through policies because of wars and what have you. President Bush Sr. was in charge of the Gulf War, the first Gulf War run back in 1990, and to create a unified, take over the Middle East in a way. They tricked Saddam Hussein into thinking that was okay to invade Kuwait. And little they know that America took over the reins and said, no, that's wrong. And then we ended up destroying Saddam Hussein and taking over his oil fields and what have you. We also went into Afghanistan after the 9/11 attacks. And who's the other bonesman that started the war in the Middle East? Was
Junior.
You see, so yeah, but see, the United States is run by a government elected by the people, and these bonesmen are not elected. They have their own agenda, and it's not of the free American way. We have a Constitution, a Bill of Rights, and if that was to exist, we're losing liberties left and right. After the 9/11 attacks, what did we get? We had the Patriot Act. And the Patriot Act said that anyone storing money, we could watch you, see what you borrow for books in the library. We can listen to you on the phone. We have a National Defense Authorization Act. You have the NSA, National Security Administration, where they can listen to your phone and keep all your records of your phones. We never had that. You're losing your liberties. And in order to control people, you need to be able to control the information they receive or the information they give away. In the National Defense Authorization Act, they claim that if you stored money, you could be considered a terrorist. If you stored food, you consider a terrorist. And we're talking about the American people here. See, so these people creating policies or writing, and our legislation is signing it, voting yes to this stuff under the guise of safety. So people are giving up a lot of their liberty under the guise of safety. You know, we're being tricked by a lot of fraud. So, you know.
All right. The question that I would like to know: how many secret societies are there?
There are a lot.
There are a lot. Can you?
Well, I was going to do the Jesuits in the future.
That's fine. But what do we have? Do you just say like what?
Oh, there's a lot of them. I can get you. I can get you a list. I can get right now. It's
You get the what? Freemasons?
Freemasons.
That's a secret society?
No,
No?
a lot of people know. Well, what they do within themselves is secret, but
Okay.
Freemasons are very open.
Okay. So that's not a secret society.
Well, your money's got Freemason symbology on it. A lot of your Washington D.C.'s got symbology of Freemasons. A lot of almost every town in America has the Freemason symbology in there.
Okay. So what else is there that somebody else watching might not know? Do you have any other names?
Well, we got the Jesuits. That one's a tough one to swallow. So, yeah.
Okay.
Really, you know that.
Any other societies? The names?
No, not really. And then you just have all these organizations like the CFR, Council of Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission. You got the Bilderberg Group that meet once a year. There's highly paid elites that get together and talk about policies. It's usually a 3-day meeting. You know.
Okay. Is that the one that's in like Georgia or something? What's the one that's like?
Well, they do it in all different places.
Okay.
You know, they all fly there and meet under secrecy. You know.
Yeah.
And you got the UN. UN is a big one. You got Agenda 21, which is a plan to make sustainability. You know, where they put people together to use less energy in the sense of control. Agenda 2030, which is coming up in 11 years. So they have these goals and set goals to try to accomplish, you know, under the guise of a better future, but it tends to be more of a control thing, you know, so. But we wanted to focus, so I'm trying to just focus on the skull and bones.
All right.
Okay? And these people have been at it for, look at 1833, 186 years. They're coming up on 200 years soon. They're working hard at it, you know? It's the New World Order, baby. Like one of the Bushes says, if you're not with us, you're against us, you know? Oh, yeah.
All right.
You know? So you don't know what they're talking in circles, you know? But that's the story. I find it amusing that a lot of people walk around with the skull and bones all over their clothes, little kids' clothing, you know?
Well, I don't know if that's a secret society type of thing, but maybe it's just more for fashion. Just something cool for the kids. Cool
it's their logo.
But you're making it sound like it's something devious when...
No, but it's the perception. See, when somebody sees that, skull and bone, so it creates a...
I think it's a lot on you. I don't think the little kids are going...
No, it has nothing to do with the kids. It's just that you subconsciously... I mean, the little kid wouldn't even know about it, but why would the parents dress the little kid up in a skull and bone thing?
Oh, well, they put them in sweatpants that says Nike on them.
There you go. But this is I'm just referring to skull and bones. I mean, you know, I know you don't understand what I'm saying, but they have all kinds of symbols and they're thrown at us all the time, and it creates a subliminal, I can't think of it, but you know, just they call it a power. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just throwing it out there, you know.
All right. So
It's been going on for hundreds of years.
Gary's been throwing it out tonight, everybody. All right. That's it for that?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right,
I just wanted to spread it out that if the swamp, one of the swamp creatures would be these bonesmen. You know what I'm saying? Look into it.
We will.
Honestly.
All right, buddy. All right, everybody. Until the next video, Baldadonis out.